we just launched a video viewability targeting product. And what that basically means is it's a data set that allows advertisers to run on specific levels of viewability. So if I'm an advertiser and I only want to run on placements that are 80% viewable or higher, I can do that with this. So we're launching it into the MediaMath platform. They're our first partner launch. And basically, advertisers can come onto that platform and pick 70, 60, 80% viewability and then run only on those segments. It's a little bit different than what you might see out there. It's unique in this way because most people that do video targeting do it at the domain level, right? So you pick a list of domains and you say these are blacklisted, don't run here, they have bad viewability, and these are good and these are whitelisted and run here. But the issue with that is because it's such a broad targeting base, you wind up with well, you could hit the 20% of the pages on the site that are not viewable. So there's always chance within a blacklist, whitelist scenario where you don't hit your targets. It's just a broader instrument. And the way that we do video targeting, we do it at the actual placement level. So we're looking at the individual video pages and rating those, looking at the history of those pages, and then essentially making predictions based on that history, and then also measuring some decay so we know that over time, a new video will have some decrease in overall viewership. And so we model all that together and come up with a very accurate way of doing video targeting at the placement level. We basically provide this to DSPs and other platforms, and then essentially it's a fixed CPM where you can check any one of those, and the segments are actually 70, 60, 50, 40. And you can check any one of those boxes or just one. And of course, the disadvantage to checking the highest box is that you have slightly less scale than all the others. So it's the same price just to use the targeting platform, and then you choose how much scale you want versus how high you want your viewability to be. The interesting thing is this is sort of just the first step in some of the more interesting video targeting that we're doing. We're launching, as I mentioned, with MediaMath. They're our first partner to launch. And then we have a whole host of other DSPs and platforms that are running it. Includes TubeMogul, DataZoo, Yumi. There's a whole bunch of other platforms that are launching it. And we're going to do exciting things with each one. The cool part is that now that we have these integrations set up, we can push in some of the cooler stuff that we got from the Viewability acquisition. And those things include attributes like player size or autoplay or in banner. And the idea is basically that we can create segments out of that data so that people can only run on videos that they know are in stream or only run on videos that they know are large players. And this is where we really get into this idea of, these videos are viewable, but these are the impactful ones because they have content after them or they're larger. So we're getting into this, which is our mission, which is, make sure that great stories get heard, is make sure that there's impact and value just beyond the fact that a human has viewed the video. And that's kind of where we're going with the new metrics that we're launching later in the year. When you do lots of measurement, the issue is always, what do we do about it, right? And so there's always, you can take action with different supply partners and say, hey, do this, do that. One of the things that we did first with the Viewability acquisition was pile kind of certain metrics with viewability. So we say, your viewability score is X, and oh, by the way, your players are way down here or your players are really small. And this makes it a little bit more actionable, right? Because if you tell a publisher you have poor viewability, what do they do about it? Well, we say, okay, it's because your players are averaging 2,000 pixels below the fold, or your players are tiny and no one's seeing them because they're 1,200 pixels below the fold. So there's a whole host of metrics that we can couple with viewability reporting. But the real kind of action or meat around the action is being able to actually target specifically based on those things. So it's a natural extension when you do measurement to then allow people to actually take action on those metrics. And that's what targeting really is. You're basically giving someone the tools to react to and act on the metrics that you already provide.